Okay, there we go. All right, welcome to December, everyone. You look so huge.
I'm a pretty big guy.
Okay, anyways, we're excited because today and this month actually super significant. Because, does anyone know why? We are exiting a decade. The decade, well, 2019 is getting ready to end and we're starting 2020, which is a new decade. And I think that is super significant. And so would just like to encourage you guys to consider that what we do now impacts what's going to happen in January. So
Right.
I'm refusing to accept this excuse. I feel like I keep repeating myself on this, but I'm refusing to accept the excuse that the holidays are just slow because they're not slow if we are in momentum and if we are in personal action and activity. So I'm pumped about the new year. Hey, everyone that's popping on. Okay, so we're going to start off by sharing some wins for November. So
Good.
I was curious if y'all could either unmute or put in the chat thread some of your wins for November. I know there's still people popping on. Do you have a win?
I have so many wins. For what month?
November.
November. Well, she put me on the spot. Yes, I'll share about that when I talk here in a little bit. It's too much to share right now.
Okay. Well, I'll share a win.
Oh, I signed up.
Who is it?
I think 2 people, Molly.
Rebecca.
I don't know. That's Rebecca. Sorry.
Hey.
I signed up a couple people in November and then hit the ground running in December, but I guess we're not talking about that yet. So
we'll take it.
That's awesome.
Perfect.
You went super silver, right?
Sip and share right now.
Yeah. Nice.
So,
love it.
We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Cool. Perfect. Thanks for sharing. Who else has a win? Who added a new ambassador? Anyone?
I'm going to pop on and call out Jill. Jill, unmute and share your win.
Hey, Jill.
Come on, Jill.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Since Sunday night, I signed up 1 ambassador. I got 1 preferred customer this morning. I've got 3 new retail customers in the past 4 hours.
What are you doing? Tell us.
Mostly sharing on the stories on Instagram and Facebook. I have been doing reach outs. One of my reach outs, the person messaged me back and said, well, I'm not really interested in a 3-day event, but I do want to order some collagen. So that was one of them. She travels a lot, so the 3-day event she didn't think would work for her right now, but I'm hopeful to get her later. Another one just seen my story on Facebook story and messaged me this morning. Said, tell me about this collagen. So
that's awesome.
He ordered. So I had 2 other people that ordered as well. So
how are you feeling right now?
I'm pretty excited. I mean, I was kind of down because everybody else had great months last month. And I was thinking, oh man, I mean, I'm doing my reach outs. I'm doing everything I think that I'm supposed to be doing. So it's just nice to see some of it come around. And I'm hopeful because they're customers, then I can go back and approach them for the other stuff. So
that's awesome. Yeah. And even if sometimes people don't understand like the 3-day thing. They think they have to be engaged like the entire 3 days. So sometimes I'll say, hey, everything is recorded. Even if you just pop in once a day and just check out the posts, sometimes helping people understand, like they can still check it out, and I'll send the link over a lot of times, be like, hey, pop in here. You might win a prize,
Yeah. We were talking on one of the other, IPA calls a while ago, and I was wondering, are the 3-day kits going to stay available? Are we going to have that all the time available to us?
That's a good question. Any of you Leaders Retreat peeps know the answer to that? I wasn't privy. Like, it was actually kind of a surprise to me that it came out because I wasn't at Leaders Retreat and had no info about that. Molly, do you know about that? Okay. Well, I don't foresee them taking it away. I don't know why they would.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I think it's just a great tool. It's a great way to get multiple products in their hands without us having to try to get it to them. So, and just the whole packaging, I think, is great.
Yeah, I think it's adorable. Y'all have seen it, right? I think everyone's seen it. I have it in the closet, but it's super cute. It's like a little unfolding thing that comes out. It's marketing. The marketing part of it's really, really nice. I like it.
Yeah, it's a lot better. When we first started, I used to cut cardstock with a paper shredder and then glue dot samples to it and mail them out. So it's come a long way since we started, for sure. A lot more appealing than what I was sending out, for sure.
Yeah, so it's this little box, and there's 3 samples in it. And then they unfold and unfold it.
Yes.
So I love it. I will just say, word to the wise, there's glue dots behind them.
Hey, they're using glue dots too. They took my idea.
I will just say these boxes are almost $8 to mail. I didn't realize that when I bought a huge box of samples. So unless you have a lot of local people that you're planning to sell these to, have them ordered it directly from your website because they get free shipping. So, and then I also say, have any of you bought sample packets? This is all a write-off for your business, and you can either sell them or give them away, but you can do the little collagen sample packs. Aren't those adorable? So I'm going to do a giveaway, probably on my wall soon, about the collagen. Who is using the collagen? Are there any testimonials? Yeah, I feel like my nails are growing already. Like, I don't know if it's possible to see results in a couple days, but.
I have a testimonial.
What's that?
I said I have one.
There's Vanessa. Okay, tell it.
Hi. Well, I have a couple of wins and a testimonial, but I posted a testimonial today with my collagen. Oh my gosh, I literally had to do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 before I posted it because I do not like posting pictures with like no hair and no makeup. But seriously, like after 15 days, if you guys go and look on my wall, I kind of circled like over here and my scar on my lip, and you can definitely see a difference. And my wins, I have a chiropractor friend. I think you might have seen that today. I've been talking to her for about almost 2 years now. And she actually approached me right before Black Friday. Is it Black Friday? Yeah. And she's like, I'm ready. Do you have any deals coming up? I said, I'm sure we do. And anyway, I signed her up on the 1st. So right now I have 1 year ambassador. I'm at 111 PV and I haven't even placed an order yet. So I had a whole bunch of people reach out to me about the collagen because I've been really posting about the collagen. And what was the other ones? It was the collagen and the PV. The new customer and the PV and my before and after. So those are my 3 things that I was working on since Friday. I've been just really working hard on doing that. So I was real pleased about it.
Thank you for sharing that. And I think sometimes it's one of those things where we see results in the fact that what we focus on expands. And so like Vanessa was sharing about, like really focusing on the collagen, you'll sign up collagen customers, or ambassadors or whatever. So that is so exciting. I just went and checked your wall. That is awesome. So if y'all are trying these, make sure I probably should have taken a before picture. Like, that's awful that I didn't take one when I started. But take pictures so that we can all use our own team's testimonies. You know what I mean? Because, I mean, it's fun to share, Joe Schmo and Plexus. But when it's like Jill and Krista and Jacqueline and Vanessa and Charity and Angie, when it's our own, and Justin, any of the guys, Tammy Conacher's husband, Bill, has hair. Like, he's growing more hair. So be definitely tracking with your testimony, pictures before and after, so they can be shared. Cool. Who else has a win? Are you like putting it in the chat thread, peeps? Let's share some more wins. So if you have a win and you don't want to unmute, just put it in the chat thread.
Okay, I'll share.
Okay, perfect.
So I had a girl who signed up over a year ago, and she did another direct sales company. She messaged me a couple days ago and said, in the last year, I've lost over 45 pounds. I've kept it off, and I am ready to start sharing Plexus. And she signed her first ambassador today.
Wow.
Super excited. Yeah.
See, that's just testament to continued consistency. Angie's testimony of that, like faithful consistency. Where is Angela Gaddy? Is she on? I was going to give her a shout out. I don't see her. She has been consistent. Oh, there you are.
I'm here.
There you are. I see you. She has been consistent and she is still working on gold, and she is working towards her goals, but she has been consistent, and she had someone that she's talked to for a year.
I would say maybe 3 months.
Okay, 3 months. Well, regardless, a while. But because of her continued consistency, that lady came to her because Angela has been consistent in posting, consistent in reaching out. Angela's reached out to her before, but it wasn't the right timing. So that's testimony to the fact, right? Wouldn't you say, Angela?
Absolutely. I couldn't believe it. She messaged me this morning. She said, so what's about this collagen? And I'm like, it's on sale. Do you want to try it with me?
Perfect.
And she was like, sure. She goes, have you tried it? And I'm like, yeah, no, I haven't. She asked me if it was flavorful, and I said, no, there's no flavor at all. And I said, you could put it in your coffee, whatever you drink, tea. And yeah. So I messaged her maybe about 3 months to try the products, but then she saw my stories, I'm thinking, and she just messaged me and said, okay. And then she signed up retail, and she didn't want to sign up as a preferred customer. So gave me 42 PV in my PV box. So
well, she can upgrade. But aren't you starting it with her? Like you're gonna?
I am. I ordered mine today, and she ordered hers today also. And actually, I'm going to shout out 2 of my teammates, Jill and her soon-to-be daughter-in-law. It just bought the collagen today too. So I'm excited that they're trying it at least. So
that's awesome.
Yes.
All righty. Okie doke. Well, we're going to continue. If y'all have more wins that you want to share, just put them in the comments. And I'm super excited because Molly is going to pop on, and I don't see Molly. Oh, there she is. There she is. She's going to pop on and share a little bit about what she has been doing in November and December, and how they added so many people that they grew, was it 90 plus, a bunch of points based off recruitment last month, which is super exciting. So, oh yeah, Amber Meadows re-ranked to gold.
And her husband re-ranked to silver.
That is awesome. Hey guys, a lot of you have husbands that were once silver. Go sign a couple people under them this month, or get the old people reordering, because he'll get a re-rank bonus. You'll get a re-rank bonus as the sponsor. So that's like an easy way to like make some extra Christmas cash. Yep. So, all right, Molly, go ahead and pop on. Would love to hear your processes, your things that you're doing.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, thanks guys. Amber, just want to say you are so super smart, because you got 1, 2, 3 bonuses. That's awesome. So before I start, obviously behind me is a fabulous team of excited workers. And let me tell you, it is amazing to do this together. But something that Megan said really made me chuckle when she was talking to Angela, like, had she been talking to her customer for a year? I have a new runner on my team, and I developed a relationship with her either in a large family group or some kind of homesteading group, something like that. Never met. And we've been talking back and forth. And she told me the other day, she's like, yeah, I page back through our conversations, and I think we've been chatting for a year, an entire year. Maybe Rebecca, yes, no. So when it was finally time for her to join, she hit the ground running. And so I've got a couple new runners right out of the gate that are building fast. Both went fast start silver. That just builds some momentum and the excitement on our entire team. And we've really rocked this Black Friday sale. I think my team's added like 8 in the last 2 days, but all of that did not start when the Black Friday sale came out, because I don't, cold message people about, hey, I have a sale, if we've not been chatting. So looking forward, a couple of months ago, I knew that we'd be rolling something out for Black Friday. So I was really intent on filling my funnel, starting conversations, building relationships, opening it up and starting to talk about Plexus. So when the Black Friday sale came up, it wasn't salesy in that, you know, buy my product and that we have no relationship, we have no history. So I just, you know, Megan tells me all the time, the seeds you plant now, you'll harvest in 90 days. And that's just always evident time and time again. I've waited and built relationships and been diligent. Success is so boring. When, you know, I'm doing my IPA, it's so boring. I sit there like this. It's nothing exciting. It's not high energy, but I'm diligent in it. And I do it every day, whether I feel like it or not. And building relationships takes a lot of time. So I've really had to be intentional with my scheduling and be intentional with my meal planning, family planning, school planning to fit in time to do that IPA every day. And also something, a little mindset shift when a couple of months ago, I was like, you know, I'm acting like a Ruby leader and I want to be an Emerald leader. And so I made a list of like, what does an Emerald leader do? And I thought, well, I'm going to be that Emerald leader before I'm Emerald. And so I changed some of my habits. I started being more interactive and doing the things that I knew I would be doing if I was an Emerald leader. And I think that's really propelled my team forward in momentum. And that kind of goes along with this mindset of, I told Megan in October, like, November is not going to be slow. That is totally not on my radar. I am not accepting that fact. November is going to rock. It's not even a reality that November is a slow month. And we hit it out of the water and it was amazing. But I think a lot of that was expectation going in, pressing forward, doing the extra instead of just being like, you know, even me, so I signed two and I'm like, oh, well, that's pretty good for November. And I could have taken a step back because like it was busy. It's busy. But instead pressing in and continuing to own conversations and even signing more people after that. So, I mean, every time I talk, I feel so silly because I never say anything new. I'm always just like, success is boring, consistency compounds, be diligent in the daily. But I feel like I'm trying to be more intentional with my team and building team culture and doing team IPAs and, you know, building that culture up. And I think that's made a huge difference in momentum as well. So.
I think even though maybe you feel like you're parroting things that you've heard other people say, the fact that you're living out what we've heard preached, I think that's where you have weight behind what you share because you're doing the things, right? You have productivity, you know, backing you up and the massive action. So people are asking, what are some of the things that you've started doing differently or maybe more of now that you're thinking like an Emerald?
What about it? What am I doing? So I made a list and it's not in front of me, but for one, being way more intentional in my team chat thread. So I have two chat threads, one for wholesalers, one for business builders. So before I had that mindset shift, I would post in there maybe once a week, maybe when there was a special. That was really bad. And I thought, if I'm going to someday have a team page, I'm going to have to run that. So let's practice on this chat thread. So I made like kind of a schedule of, I'm going to post red things here. I'm going to post yellow things this day. I'm going to post, you know, so I'm showing up there more. And I'm also showing up in my wholesalers thread just to drip belief on them. And a couple of them have actually asked to be added to the business builders thread, which I think is huge as well. Holding hands with people. I've devoted a big chunk of my time to three-way messages like we're taught to do. And that takes a big chunk of time, but I really feel like supporting your new person gets them off to a good running start, and then they can fly from there.
That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us. Okay, well, I'm going to have a chat with you about maybe sharing your list with us once you find it. Would you be game for introducing your new teammate, Rebecca? Is she on? I know she was having a sip and share. There you are. Okay. I was thinking it might be fun for you to introduce her and maybe a little bit about how you connected or whatever would be appropriate. But yeah, she's going to share a little bit.
Awesome. So it's been so fun to be working with Rebecca the past month or so. She, like I said, we had been cultivating a relationship. We both homestead. We love herbs, making tinctures, homeschooling, large families, home birthing, all of that. We've never met in person. She lives way out in Washington. She has told me numerous times, oh, I'm going to join now. I'm going to join now. And then it just wasn't the right time. But so finally it was. She hit the ground running, went Fast Start Silver, and has not only gone Fast Start Silver, but developed silvers beneath her, which is a huge testament to her leadership skills, right? Because to do that as a newbie takes skill and love and time and vision. So anyways, I'm thrilled for you to hear from her. She does, like Megan suggested, this book. She read it and found so much truth in it. So I'm excited to hear what she has to share as well.
So I guess this is when I unmute. All right, guys. So yeah, I just finished up. Actually, we're still kind of finishing up our sip and share here on the last night of our sale. A lot of my ambassadors are actually from a small town that I was living in until September. It's actually a tribe. I know we call ourselves a tribe, but this is actually the tribe. It's on the reservation here in Washington. And so yeah, I went Fast Start Silver, and I did that in 2 weeks, and then I went Super Silver in about 6 weeks. My goal is gold by the end of 2019. Yes, Molly, and yes, Megan, I'm saying it out loud. God help me. And to earn a spot on the retreat for the leaders, because while I won't be a leader yet, I can't think of a better way to get to be one than to go on a sunny vacation with a bunch of them. So those are my big short-term goals. And I did it by being coachable. I do have a little bit of sales experience, but never in network marketing, because without getting into the history of my life, I've been told no for network marketing since I first was old enough to learn about it. No from my father, no from my husband. And so but it's always pulled on my heart that I could do this. I could do this. I'm a mother, but I could do this. Nobody ever gave me the opportunity. And so I finally had it. And so I knew that I wanted to go all the way, because that's just who I am. And so from Molly and from Megan, I asked what to do, what are the steps, and I've just followed everything that they've told me to do, from 80-20 on my posting to going live. I don't like talking in front of you guys. I'm not gonna lie. Nothing to do with you. Makes me nervous. But I'm doing it, and I'm getting better at it. They told me to get the book, Get Over Your Damn Self by Rami. I'm not gonna pronounce her last name. She's like a millionaire based on a network marketing group. I believe it was skincare stuff, but it's a great book. It lays it out, and it's been really encouraging for me, because a lot of it I was already doing. So I didn't feel like, gosh, I'm doing this all wrong, but I was doing it right, and it's showing up. I can tell that I'm doing it. I'm doing something right, because I'm able to build my team. And then at the same time, she's giving me all sorts of great information to make it better, to tighten it up, whether it be my scheduling or the way I'm talking to people, or, not being emotionally invested in each person I talk to. That was a huge one. I was like, I'm so emotionally invested in every single answer that I get. But, today, like I said, I'm doing a sip and share. I'm actually doing 2 back-to-back. I'm finishing up one. We just signed 2 ambassadors on our new gal, who also signed up just on Black Friday. So she is about to go silver. She's 1 away, and we still have 1 more sip and share at 7:30 after our call. So I'm hoping to get her silver in her first week, guys. Not even first week, her first weekend. And so that also gets me closer to my goal for gold, and also for my goal for retreat, which is making a silver within that 90-day period. So, it's a win-win. And that's what I love about Plexus, is it's set up to help us help others. It's not like I want all the points, give all the people to me. It's, if I help my gal get her routine set. She's going to be consistent. She's going to want to keep doing it. And it's just going to run downhill. And that's how big teams are made. And that's how lots of lives are changed. Because as much as I like to say I want a big team, I really want to change lives. And if you just want a big team, you're going to burn out, because it's not always going to be about that. It's always going to be about helping people in this or any other thing. So, giving it to God, praying a lot, crying a lot, stressing a lot, but realizing that it's not up to me. And as long as I just have the heart to help others, then eventually it'll all come out in the wash. And doing what Megan and Molly have said, that I can't stress that enough, but being coachable and actually moving forward and setting those goals and making it about what your why is been huge for me. So anyways, there you go. I did it. Check another one off the list, guys.
You did a great job. One thing I want to mention, that she mentioned several really great things there. One thing is the timing of your sip and shares are perfect with the sales and with Black Friday. Everybody looking for a deal. Everybody just got done eating way too much at Thanksgiving. I mean, it's like the perfect storm. So the timing of your sip and shares is perfect. So congratulations on that. That's good thinking. Another thing is, for Rebecca and for anybody else who still wants to rank up or re-rank in December, it's absolutely possible for several different reasons. One reason is the new ambassadors that you sign up count for points this month. They typically don't. So don't lose sight of that great incentive. That's a huge incentive. Usually we have to wait the next month, or you have to be 100 PV over their welcome pack.
Or a big welcome pack.
Yeah. So that's a huge incentive this month. So I think Rebecca's going to get it. I'm standing with you. I can't wait to celebrate it.
It's interesting. It was a little stressful trying to get everybody signed up right now, but we only had 3 people come to this first sip and share, and 2 of them signed up.
Perfect.
That's pretty good odds. I'm not going to lie. So, and the other one was interested, but had to go wander off, so it doesn't take much. I just showed up and I kind of made a post, and people came, and we're at a center for youth. And so they finished up their kids stuff, and they kind of wandered in to see what we were doing. So it didn't take much. 3 people and 2 of them signed up. That's almost a silver. So anyways.
Perfect.
Well, and you said you drove like 2 hours to do this.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, sometimes, like, if you live in the middle of nowhere, or your ambassadors aren't like within your hometown, like sometimes we have to expend some energy and effort into going and sitting with them personally. So Rebecca is doing what Emily Gibson does to help people go silver. She is sitting with them in their space, hosting something for them. And I know Angie's team, Angie and Kathleen, have been hosting in-person stuff. And I think Kathleen had like 30 people at this like barn event or whatever. So there, I just want to like emphasize the fact that whether you have 3 people show up or you have 30 people show up, in-person things are really effective.
Yep.
And so if you have the bandwidth to host something this month, even if it's just like a wine and cheese, you don't even have to call it a sip and share if you think that's cheesy. Make it how you want it to be. I did a couple in our living room right after I started. Just got the word out there. I didn't even know if anyone would show up. Like sometimes it's scary to do something like that because you really don't know like who is going to show up.
Well, and small is not necessarily bad because you actually get to talk to each one of them in depth and talk about their own goals. Whereas, I mean, I think eventually I could do a big team, but you're going to lose a lot of them. It's just going to be like handing out a lot of samples and not getting much return on it. And so the small ones, and I set up we're going to set up a date, but like in a week or 2, like when they've gotten their products, then I'm going to come back out and each one of them is going to bring 1 or 2 people and we're going to do another sip and share. And I'm going to do a little bit like 30 minutes on the website and showing them how to do it so that each one of them is then set up to do it again.
Perfect.
So.
Yeah, no, I agree. That is so fabulous. Thank you for sharing, and cannot wait to celebrate your accomplishments this month. And thank you for inspiring us, because when you guys share, when I hear health testimonies or I see, people's college and whatever testimonies, or hearing how the business is working for you, that inspires me so much, and it reminds me why I'm still doing this. You have no idea how much it blesses me, and hopefully is blessing all of you guys, just to hear different people share from their experience, from their wins, from their struggles. I mean, this is not a business where we're just always on the upward swing all the time. Sometimes we go through the valley. Like, there's valleys and there's mountains. So we're all learning together with each other. So one thing I'll just say really quick, Molly, I paused kind of after you shared, because I was processing all you said. You were sharing so many good things so fast. I'm privy to Brooke Hemingway's prep coaching prior to her Align retreat that several of us are going to in January. And I haven't gotten through her. She has a Monday coaching every Monday live on her group page. And she was sharing about taprooting and three-way messaging. And this is something that I thought was so valuable, because Molly, you were sharing that you're creating, you guys are doing three-way messages. And Brooke said that she believes that it takes a village. And so to think that we in and of ourselves are going to be like the whole picture for someone is kind of short-sighted. And so the fact that she's like, you will grow your level 2s, your level 3s, she's like, by 10s, 20s, 30s, by doing three-way messages, because they connect with more than just their sponsor. And I will say that makes so much sense to me, because I feel like when I'm in a three-way message, maybe with, I don't know who, we'll say one of Molly's girls, I feel like I can, even if it's just for products, I feel like I can come in with like more boldness than I do probably like if I sign a level 1. Does that make sense? Have any of you experienced that, where you can just be like, yep, do the thing, where you just come in and it's like, oh my word, you're affirming basically what maybe the sponsor is saying, and you're sharing your own experience, and you're giving it like another layer, another perspective, another accountability angle, right, for those new people. And so anyways, I just want to emphasize the fact that if you're not doing three-way messaging, I know Melinda Nunakoven has shared the importance and value of these two. So if you're not doing that, I would suggest learning and trying and working on that. So cool.
Hey, Megan, can I share something real quick?
Oh,
so I have a level 1 on my team. Every single person that she adds, every single level 1 she adds, she starts a three-way chat with me. After she adds them, she introduces me as her friend and her upline. She tells me about the person, and she just basically says, hey, if I'm unavailable, you can always chat with Angie. She's blah, blah, blah. She tells them all these things. It opens the door for me to welcome them, to ask them what their health goals are, to tell them a little bit about my story. And then for me to ask them, hey, what are your health goals? And number 2, I don't say it in this way, but like, what do you think about the business? But I share with them whatever kind of incentive we have going on, or ask them if they've ever considered it. Because sometimes, this is one thing that Brooke even said in that video that we've been listening to, sometimes it's harder for the level 1 to say to that person that they're super close with, what do you think about the business? Because that person's automatically going to go, oh my gosh, no, like exactly like I did. No way, Megan, I am not doing this as a business. You're not getting my social security number. Have you lost your mind? But if I go in as that second party and start asking questions, it really does open a new door. So I think that's a huge avenue that we kind of miss out on, because I'm not really tap rooting without her permission, which I obviously could do, but she's opening the door and saying, hey, Angie, chat with my people, find out what you can, because I'm not getting all the information. And I think that's something that maybe we've kind of missed the boat on. So that's just a tip.
Yeah, no, I think that's excellent. And something, I've done some, but not like Brooke Hemingway has done. But I'm willing to change that and learn, because I'm always game for trying it, right? We're not out anything to try it, right? Especially if it's working for people. And it makes sense from like a third-party validation standpoint. Yeah, when you're not emotionally attached to the person. Yeah, I totally track with that, Chelsea.
Mhm.
Okay, well, I'm going to turn it over to Justin because he has some things to share. He went to a retreat in November
I
and
did.
he learned some things when he was there.
I did. So I wanted to share, because I wanted to just to, as we approach the end of 2019, I think it's important to stay focused. And I'm the perfect one to talk about this because for the last few months, I've just been not focused. I've been kind of everywhere and going nowhere. Have you ever been there to where you're so busy, but then you feel like, what did I even get done today? Like I tried to touch all my responsibilities, my plexus, my marriage, my kids, building the house, our finances, my physical body, all the things. And at the end of the day, it's like, I feel like I wasted today. So that's kind of where I've been personally for about the last, well, since probably June, realistically, since after convention. I came home on a high after convention. And then just after that, I just kind of got to a place where I wasn't depressed necessarily. And I wasn't unplugged from Plexus. I just wasn't present. I was doing all the things. I just wasn't 100% focused and present on anything. And one of the things I've learned recently is that where you are anywhere is where you are, or who you are anywhere is who you are everywhere. And that was really, that's really been kind of my life over the last 3 to 6 months. And I really couldn't figure out where this was coming from. I know Megan had asked me a couple times, she's like, why are you not happy? I'm like, well, honestly, I'm really happy. I'm just really frustrated. I don't know why. I don't know my place. Like, I don't know. I don't even know what to share. I don't even know what to say on any area of life. It's like, I was just I was so confused. And there wasn't like a major sin issue. There wasn't anything, no major issues. I was just kind of like lost. Can anybody relate to this on occasion? Anyway, so it's just the way it's been. So one thing that's happened, I have a business coach that I've used throughout 2019, and he's been extremely helpful. And he messaged me and said, listen, I'm going to put on a retreat. It's called Warrior Dad Retreat. It's the first one ever. It's in California, up on a mountain by Big Bear Lake, California. He said, you should come. There's going to be a documentary. They're going to shoot a documentary on this thing. It'd be a great networking opportunity for you. I think it'd be good for you. Come. So I asked Megan, and she said, yeah, I think you should go. I think it sounds like a good opportunity. So I had no idea what I was going for. And I really had no idea what we were going to be doing. The lady on the plane, as I was going out, she's like, so what are you going to California for? I said, well, I really don't know. And she's like, wait, like, you don't know where you're going? I'm like, well, I know where I'm going and I know what it's called, but I really don't know what we're going to do when I get there. She's like, well, how long are you going to be there? I said, on a mountain for a week. She's like, that's pretty crazy. I said, I know. And they're shooting a documentary. So I don't even know I have no idea. So then she's like, that's kind of cool though. So what do you do? So yeah, she's going to be signing up on Plexus here. So that's good. So you never know what weird journeys can lead you to, what good relationships, I guess. But so what happened when we went out there, it was kind of new age-ish, which is a little weird for a guy from a cornfield, a conservative guy, from small town USA. So it really, really stretched me in a lot of different ways. But several things happened. Two specific things happened that I want to encourage you guys with. On the way out to that retreat, I was really praying that the Lord would just give me clarity, like give me a clear vision of what am I supposed to be doing with Plexus? Like, where are we going? What are we doing? It's not just about numbers, whether they be financial or people. There has to be something bigger to this. What's the purpose? What's the eternal value of what we're doing? Make it clear to me what we're doing. So when we went out, one of the things about the retreat was we had no phone service. So if it seemed like for about 10 days, I wasn't even on Facebook, I wasn't. And it was pretty awesome, to be honest with you. It was no political posts, nothing. I had no idea what was going on. We were just on a mountain, and it was absolutely glorious. But one thing that really helped me during that retreat was I had a space to be quiet, just to sit and be quiet and be still. And that did a lot for me. And God really showed up and really showed me what it is that we're supposed to be doing with Plexus. What the reason why we're here, the reason he called us to come here back in 2015, and then the reason he called me to quit my job and join Plexus full time in 2016. I got clarity. I got exactly what I had prayed for, and I'll get into that in a minute. But one thing that really woke me up was is that after I kind of got a clear vision all week long, the vision got clearer and clearer and clearer of what this thing with Plexus is and where it's going. And one of the exercises they had us do at this retreat, this is really interesting. It was weird, but it was interesting. It's only weird if it doesn't work, okay? And it worked, so it was good. But they had us bring this weird packing list. So, how do I get into these things? I don't know, but
you chose it.
I did. So they had us bring a suit, like a nice black suit, and nice pictures of our families. So then halfway through the retreat, one of the things that my coach, Carl, had us do, he said, okay, after supper, you guys, I want you to write out your eulogy. If you were to die today, what would your eulogy say? He said, and I want you to bring that and your family pictures, and I want you to be all dressed up in your black suit. So I thought, this is kind of odd. I had no idea what we were doing. So we go in there and we walk into the meeting room, and they have funeral music playing. And Carl's dressed up like a funeral director, very sober, no smiling. It was very quiet. And we all sit down in these rows. Yeah, right, Chelsea. Yeah, it gets weirder. Now, wait. So it's so strange. So we sit down in these seats, and he said, okay, take your eulogy, pass it to the person to the right of you. Yeah, no shovel. He did not bring us a shovel, but it's close. And then we hand our pictures up. He puts our pictures up above this plywood casket in the front of the room. And I thought, okay, I'm about to roll out of here. This is just a little too weird for small town USA guy. But so he said, okay, when I call your name, you come up. And when he called Justin, I had to come up and lay in the plywood coffin and shut the door while they read my eulogy.
They shut it?
Yes.
The coffin?
Yes.
Oh my word.
Now, yes, very crazy, Kim. However, that was a real wake-up call for me. Because here's what I come away with. I thought, you know what? As I'm laying in this box and they're reading my eulogy, I was thinking, first off, my eulogy is awful. Who wrote this thing? It was me. And I thought, this is going to happen someday. Like at some point, those pictures are going to be on the wall. At some point, this eulogy is going to be read. My family's going to be in the crowd. And I'm thinking, okay, so what do I want to do between now and then? It was a little weird. It was a little funny, but it was a real wake-up call to me. So coming home, from that experience. It was an amazing
And
experience.
it was like multiple experiences.
There was
kind of like
38
that.
experiences exactly like that. And some of them were just even weirder. So it was talk about getting out of your comfort zone. So you're probably wondering, what's this have to do with Plexus? It has everything to do with Plexus. It has everything to do with everything that we do in life. Our window is very short, whether it's a window of life, whether it's the window of opportunity, whether window of relationships, it doesn't really matter. We have a very limited amount of time. And the question is, what are we going to do with that time? You know, some people are just waiting for 2019 to end. Well, why would we wait to the end of a race to start running? It makes absolutely no sense. We need to start running now. We need to get busy doing the things that we need to be doing. At least I do. So one of the things I want to encourage you guys with is a couple things. One, you don't have to go lay in a box. If you want, I can call Carl and he could probably arrange some sort of thing where you can lay in the box and redo whatever I did. However, really take some time, especially as we're ending the end of the year, really take some time and you may not have a week, but you might have 5 minutes, you might have 10 minutes, you might have an hour or more to where you can really consider, what's happened this year. What are all the things that have happened this year? Where have we come from? Why are we where we are right now? Whether it's good, whether it's bad, really consider why you are where you are. And that's one of the things I had to do when I was laying in that box. I'm like, I'm not ready for this day to come. I mean, I'm ready for eternity, but I'm not ready to leave because I haven't done all that I've been called to do. And the last 3 to 6 months, I've been just kind of running around and going nowhere. And one of the things is, this is another thing I would encourage you with your Plexus business. One thing I did was I went back to my why. Because sometimes in the middle of just doing the things, there's just no energy. There's no power. It's kind of drudgery. And there is an element to pushing through that and doing it anyway. That's what successful people do. But one of the things I saw with my own Plexus business is that I was not aligned with my purpose anymore. I wasn't aligned with my why anymore. I was trying to recreate my why. I was trying to build a new why. And some people say that your why evolves. I don't know that it does. I don't think, at least for me personally, maybe your goals change. Maybe your technique changes a little bit with the ebbs and flows of business. That could be, but I'm not so sure that your why changes. Your why is when you first started and you had your why was why you talked to everybody about Plexus. It was the thing that fired you up and you weren't afraid. Your why is the thing that kept you going after the no's. Your why is the thing that when you talk to somebody, they could just see that you believed what you were saying. Mm-hmm. And when we get out of alignment with our true purpose, when we get out of alignment with our real why, there's not a whole lot of power with it. It's just kind of like, hey, I'm just doing the things. I just don't know why none of these dumb people are signing up with me. Well, it could be your energy, your whatever you want to call it, your energy, your spirit, your attitude. I went swimming this morning, and so I was there at 5:15, and all the lanes were taken. So you have to share a lane with somebody, and this goes back to energy, or attitude, or vision, or spirit, whatever word you want to plug in there. So I go to share a lane with this lady, and the lady's like, no, you can't share the lane with me. And I'm like all the lanes are full. We need to share. Well, no, you can't share with me. I don't share. I'm like, well, I'm going to share with you anyway. I was kind of starting to get mad. I'm like, okay, I'm just going to win this because just out of principle, I'm going to jump in and splash this lady on purpose. And then and then the YMCA. So I'm talking to like this 70-year-old. No, it's not an argument, but I don't know how I get into these situations. So it always happen to me. So the YMCA a lifeguard comes over. Is there a problem? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just trying to swim. And she's like, oh yeah, she doesn't like to share. Like that was her. They knew her. They knew her. So I'm like, okay, cool. I just told her. I said, hey, enjoy your swim. She's like, well, I'm going to. I said, enjoy your lane. It's like all you. It's all about you. Enjoy your lane. And so while I was swimming, I was thinking sometimes I was so thankful not to even be near her. Like, I don't even want to be near people like that. I'm so committed right now to what my why is with Plexus. I'm more committed now than I was in the beginning. I see where we're going so clearly. I am more excited now than I was when we first signed up. And I don't even want to be around people like that. Like, I don't want to be in the pool next to you because I don't know. Maybe you pee in the pool. I don't even want to be near that. Like, I don't want that negativity coming at me, right? I'm going places. I know where I'm going. I know why I'm going there. So anyway, really reconsider your why. Maybe if things seem to be like a drudgery or you're not real happy with where you are, it could be you're not aligned with your original purpose of joining Plexus. Why did you join to begin with? What was it that made you so excited and so happy? And what was it that made you shine so bright that people came up to you and started signing up? Why was that? It wasn't because, in the beginning, we had to people would just come up to us because it wasn't because we were reaching out. It's because of the energy, because of our spirit. It was because of our attitude. People could just see it. It's because we were aligned with our purpose and where we were going. And somehow along the way, I just lost track of that in the last few months. So those are some things. Get still, get quiet, really kind of see where you're at. Really consider why you're there. Maybe you're at the top of a mountain. Consider still why you're there. It's important to do. And really check why you're doing what you're doing. One thing that I'm doing is I came home and, Molly encouraged us with this when she was here for the team event at our house. So she had said something about intentional planning. And I've heard that success is scheduled. I think Megan and Molly mentioned that back in October here at the event we had. So here's my success. I have my December goals are all written down. I have when I'm going to go diamond by, and it's a stretch. It's going to take a ton of work, but I'm committed to that. And like I said, I'm more committed now than I have been in a long time because I know why I'm doing it. I know why I'm doing it. And now there's a power there. There's an energy. There's an excitement. So I know where we're going and I know why we're going. And everything I do throughout the day is written down here by the hour, even by the 15 minutes. And I've been pretty close at it. Anything that doesn't align with where we're going and why we're going there, it doesn't even make the list anymore. Like, I'm getting rid of stuff, really good stuff that I like, because I just don't want those things messing me up. So anyway, that's a little bit of what I have to share. Hopefully that encourages some of you guys, because I know as you get towards the end of the year, you just want to unplug. Don't unplug. And just get quiet, figure out where you are, why you're going where you're going. Exactly.
And if you do not have a journal, you can print them off. They're in the files of the team page. It is in the files of the team page. Or if you need one sent to you, PM me. But this goes right along with what Justin was saying about kind of wrestling with some of those things. And we've mapped that out. Like, I took time to think through some of the things that you may be thinking through, or just feeling like, whoa, what do I do? If you've been tapped out for a while and you haven't really been plugged in a whole bunch, or maybe you're just kind of on the hamster wheel, like, okay, I'm doing the things, but I don't know if I'm doing the right things, or what am I missing, right? And so I felt like This was not originally my brainchild. Brooke Hemingway came up with one. I saw it and was like, the team needs this, and they need it ASAP because we cannot get ready to go into 2020 without something like this. Just a one-stop spot. This is also including my brain space, my heart, the things that I'm implementing, trying to do better at, and some of the stuff that Jessica Heffley is instituting or having us do as part of her accountability group. And so I included that in here. So as you wrestle through these things, it's all good things. Like these things that we're working through, y'all are working through, like it's part of the journey. Don't feel special if you feel like whatever you're feeling, like validate that, figure out why, wrestle with those things. And like Justin was saying, aligning with your purpose and your why.
Another thing too, I know everybody's schedules are different. And one thing that I found important is if I'm going to fix, if I'm going to positively impact my wife, my kids, my business, my community, the world, I'm going to have to be positively impacted first. So, and that's one thing that I neglected over the last 3 to 6 months is, I don't know. I just wasn't allowing myself to be positively impacted. I was just too busy running. I got up and ran until it's time to go to bed. And then I went to bed. But now one thing I'm doing is I'm getting up in the first hour and a half to 2 hours of the day, I spend on myself. And I know it sounds really selfish, but it's not, because you can only impart what you possess. Like if you're not healthy, you cannot impart health to somebody else. So the first couple hours of the day I spend on myself.
Yep.
I'm not getting my nails done or whatever, nothing like that. But I mean, I'm reading, I'm praying, I'm working out, I'm doing things to make myself better so that I can be better for my wife, for my kids, for Plexus. And I know that there's got to be somebody negative out there saying, well, yeah, if I had your schedule, I would do that too. Well, I was up at 4 a.m. this morning to make it happen, and I was up at 5 yesterday. Tomorrow's another 5 a.m. day, and that's just what I have to do because just to get it done. But it's become a priority to me, and I can attack the day with more energy. I can attack it with more clarity. I can attack it with more power by being filled up when I go and do all the things.
All right, peeps, we're out of time. That was awesome. I hope you're fired up and you're ready to exit 2019 on fire, excited, pumped for 2020. 3 things I will say really quick. We have a retreat in February. You want to earn it. All of us, this is an all-in retreat, meaning everyone has to lift the lid in order to earn that. And so go check out the requirements on the team page. I believe in you, that you can raise up to the standard of excellence and do the things to make it happen. So be working on that. Second, you need to pipe in something?
No, just remember that the new ambassadors count for points. So if you're looking and you're thinking, well, it's impossible to grow that fast, it's not, because they're going to be counting as points when you sign them up.
Exactly. So if you are not Ruby, there is a way to earn the retreat. And some of you may be looking at that and saying, well, I can sign the people and I can help one person go silver, but the 100 points I can't do. Guys, 100 points means 20 people. It's over a 3-month period. But if you and your team, this is the other thing, is you don't have to single-handedly sign that many people. Like Rebecca is talking about, tap root into your people's networks. Help them go silver. It may look like you're doing the work. That's kind of how it works. Okay. And the fact that 20 people equals 100 points this month, because if you sign 20 in your whole organization, that means 100 points. So that is awesome. Be encouraged by that. And then number 2, Super Saturday, January 11th, I believe. Different locations around the United States and Canada, and it's also live streamed. So make sure you're registered for that and your teams by December 13th, because there's perks to registering early, including sales training by Victor Antonio. And I'm not sure what else. I just happened to see a quick blitz about that. So make sure your people are registered for that. And then the third thing is convention in Nashville. I just want to reiterate the fact that leaders are born at events. Events are important, just like the event that he went to. Life-changing, like legacy-changing. The team retreat, game changer, right? If you've never been privy to what happens at team retreats, it's phenomenal. It's amazing. It's important. Same with convention. Help cast the vision for your people to go get registered for that. It's in Nashville. So like a lot of us Midwesterners, no excuse not to be there, right? Plus it's fun. All right.
It will be fun.
All righty, guys.
Guys, have fun. Finish the year strong.
All right.
Standing with you.
All right. See you guys. Have a great night. Bye.